Remember what life used to be like on Berk? Dragons. You had to be crazy to live here. But we're Vikings. Crazy's what we do best. And I guess I had enough crazy in me to do something no Viking had ever done before. I trained a dragon. Life on Berk hasn't been the same since. And now my friends and I have the greatest job in the world. We're dragon trainers. Living with dragons, it ain't easy. It brings a new adventure every day, and there's so much to learn. Because if you want to train dragons, you have to know dragons. So, if you hurry, you can join us in the Great Hall where we're just about to start a new class.
So that's a Gronk.
Correct. And you cannot tell its head from its tail.
Right.
Oh, and Gronkles do not like to be scratched under their chins. I found that out the hard way.
Okay, no scratching under chin. Got it. Whoa, what? Toothless, what's up, bud? Oh, hey.
Whoa, a dragon trainer.
Ah, a new recruit. Want to train dragons, do you?
Looks eager enough.
This one's got potential.
Aye, we'll see about that. Here it is. Book of Dragons. Between these two covers are the most incredible creatures you'd ever hope to see. Some you know, but there are some you've never seen before. And you won't last a day out there if you don't learn the facts in here.
Robert, you can't scare us. We've already trained dragons.
Ah, this book contains more than just training. It's the key to unlocking a new world of dragons. And I don't suppose you know who started it all, do you? Oh.
I thought it had something to do with Bork the Bold.
Well spotted, lass. But before he was bold, he was known as Bork the Very, Very Unfortunate.
That's a odd nickname.
Aye, but apt. It seemed that anything Bork touched went wrong. Bork was my great-great-great-grandfather, and he started out as a shepherd, but his flock got very small. The fact is, Bork and dragons didn't seem to mix. So, he gave blacksmithing a try. And had a go at farming. But he settled on the life of a fisherman. And he used to say, if you see a dragon, kill on sight. You kids taught us that we could train a dragon, but it was Bork who had the idea to classify them. And what does Bork say is the first class of dragons?
Oh, that's easy. Stoker class. Now, according to the book, these hot-headed dragons are furious fire breathers. And when training a terror, start with a very shiny object.
Oh, he's cute.
Cute? Maybe on his own. But Bork says if you get these little terrors in a group, it's no picnic. You see, terrors are social creatures. They love to hunt in packs. Now, what about this brute? The monstrous nightmare. You can see how this foul beast got his name. Nary a Viking has tamed this fierce creature. But you know what Bork used to say? You fall down, you get right back on the dragon.
I bet he didn't know that the nightmare can set itself on fire. And if there's one thing you don't want, it's an angry nightmare. That's why we tried a more gentle approach.
Instead of wrestling a monstrous nightmare, just give him a little respect. A gentle hand on his snout.
Looks like you kids have made some breakthroughs. All right, Fishlegs, why don't you tell us about your dragon?
Meatloaf's my Gronkle, and Gronkles are tough, rock-eating, boulder-class dragons.
But how do you train a Gronk?
A Gronko won't stay mad at you if you just feed him a little dragon nip.
Yeah, and like all dragons, Gronkles are rumored to have 5 stages of maturity. The first stage is the egg, then the tiny tooth, the short wing, the broad wing, and the last stage is the Titan wing, which is extremely rare.
Rare, but a sight to behold. Let's look at another from the boulder class. The Whispering Death. Just saying its name gives you the shivers. Bork says the Whispering Death knows only one thing. Killing. He burrows through the dirt and rock, attacking from below.
Their rotating teeth can bore through anything. And these boulder-class baddies are so wicked, they can breathe rings of fire. But even though these dragons have a fearsome reputation, it turns out they just love to be brushed.
With patience, any dragon can be trained. Even this next batch. Fear class. These dragons are silent. They're sneaky. They turn up where you least expect them.
If Fear Class dragons are so sneaky, how did Bork find one?
Oh, he did better than find one. He found the lair of a zippleback.
Whoa.
Well, actually, it wasn't he who found it. It was his trusted sheep, Willie. And what do you know of a zippleback?
Got two heads, twice the danger. One head releases gas, the other ignites it.
And if you feed both heads at once, they become one agreeable dragon.
That's right. If you want to befriend a dragon, it's a good idea to start by feeding it. And once they're fed, make sure you play with them.
You kids are full of good tips, but what happens when you go from 2 heads to 4? It's the Venus flytrap of dragons, the devious snap trapper. Ha!
The book says that this wild beast has enticed many a Viking into its deadly trap, with its sweet smell of chocolate.
And like all dragons, the snap trapper sheds its scales.
And its claws. But they all grow back. With all those heads, Bork must have had 4 times the trouble.